Okay, so today I'm putting my drop shackles on, and as I just noticed, as you take the drop shackle bolt out, it hits the hitch. So either I'm gonna have to cut this little bitty segment out of the hitch, or I'm gonna have to drop the hitch to get it off. So I'll see what I end up doing. Okay, so as you can see, this is not my usual fancy filming location. I couldn't film where I usually film because there's like a massive softball tournament going on. So I guess as far as paved parking lots, this is about as good as it's gonna get for this. But anyways, the drop shackles were put on like yesterday morning, but I forgot to film yesterday evening. So I'm finally doing that now. But as you can see, we're not quite tucking the tire, but I'd say we're pretty close. I mean, maybe like an inch. But if I ever do get the front hangers, it should go down another like 2 to 3 inches. So I don't know, eventually I might do that, but I kind of like the height right now a little too much. And I don't really know if I'm gonna be able to get the front end that low without control arms or something, because it's already kind of doing like a funky angle. So I'm gonna have to get the front end adjusted a good bit because my tires are kicking out like crazy right now. But after that, I think this is probably about the perfect height right now. And like I said in the last video, these tires aren't but like half an inch lower than the big like mud tires that were on it, but they're just a lot skinnier, so they're tucked in there a lot better. But they are a good like, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller than what's on the lower GMC. And I think so far taking the mud tires off is probably the best thing I've done, because first of all, these are actually balanced, and second of all, it feels like it makes so much more power now. Like, it actually spins the tires at red lights, stop signs. Just about every time I come to a stop and I have to take off, I end up spinning the tires. And I think I'll throw in the clips of me changing the O2 sensor at the end of this video. But I did that probably like a month ago, and at first, when I first put it back in there, it felt like it gained like 10, 15 horsepower because it was a lot more responsive, but I think that slowly died out, or either I just got used to it. And for the past like week, I've been testing with the ABS fuse out because, well, I should be able to just throw in the clips of me talking about it from last week. Last night, I found out that on the later gears of the GMT 800, traction control is inside the ABS module. So theoretically, if I take out this ABS fuse, we should be able to do burnouts and launch a little harder than what it does right now. It's been like 15 minutes and I still cannot get that fuse out. So I think for some reason GM just didn't want people turning off their ABS, which is kind of weird because like, who would even need that? Now, who in their right mind made this thing that hard to get out? I mean, that took like 20 minutes. And I was trying my best not to break anything, and I didn't. But, you know, of course, I'm just the most skilled person on the planet. But, you know, anybody with any less skills probably would have just broke the casing of it. Okay, so today we're going to be replacing my O2 sensor and my CATEYE. But you can't see is that I'm in probably the most uncomfortable position I've ever been in. First, I got to figure out what size that is. Okay, as you can see, I've got it broke. But whenever I find whoever tightened this thing on, they're getting a stern talking to. But now I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking it out. Now the hard part is gonna be getting to that plug-in, because as you can see, that's a good ways back in there. But if I really try, I can just barely reach it. Now that we have the new one and the correct wrench this time, we're gonna attempt to put this one in. But this one's extra fancy. It even comes with Loctite already on the threads. Okay, now that I have the replacement in fairly tight, as I'm looking at it, I was like, there is no way that is factory GM welds. That looks absolutely terrible. Looks like some crackhead in a muffler shop did that. But anyways, now we've got to somehow get it back to that plug-in right there. I don't know why that plug-in is so hard to get to, But whenever I find out who put that there, they're also getting a stern talking to. Now we have our completed project here. I would say probably -5 out of 10. I don't recommend. You know, if yours are bad, I'd probably just leave them that way.